Blessing in my yard, and I got that. He go sing, he go feel that. Because the blessing for my yard, blessing for my yard. That's why that's fire God. I don't wanna be bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Make nobody stress me, don't stop me, judge. I seek my God. I don't wanna be bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Make nobody stress me, don't stop me, judge.
This is Black Fire Radio 21st century.
Too many distractions, too many problems. I feel to run away, but I won't go stop that. Too many bad men, and not enough friends. Like saying you don't wanna lose my conscience. I just wanna dance under the sunset. Make nobody stop my enjoyment. Oh. No. That's why I can't say fire God. I don't wanna be bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Make nobody stress me, don't stop me, judge. I seek my God. I don't wanna be bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Make nobody stress me, don't stop me, judge.
This is Black Fire Radio 21st century.
On that.
And that is Job Boy with the one and only alcohol. And I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Karibuni sana right here on the Black on Fire Radio, media for the 21st century. This is the Pan African Bliss. My name is Joby. I want to appreciate everyone who is looking forward to join us on this particular broadcast. It is 23 minutes past 11 a.m. And time is really waiting for no man. It is the 8th of November, and it is the second week of November. And I hope this particular month is just doing great, doing you the best of the best as we look forward to, having a fantastic week. You can interact with us. We are on Facebook at the Black Fire Network Radio Station. On Twitter, use the hashtag Pan African Bliss Joby and hashtag Black Fire Network. And also you can find us on Instagram at the Black Fire Network. You can also give us a call +254 754 402 I'll be sharing the link in case you are looking forward to also join us and of course interact with us on the matters that we have for you today. We also have a website in case you join us for the first time and you wonder what do these people get to discuss on the Black Fire Radio. We have different programs. We have the Pan African Bliss, we have the African Diary, we have the 54 Correspondent, we have the 254 to Jadili Show, we have the Rhythm Scoop Show, and we have the Africa Today Show right here on the Black Fire Radio. You can catch all those episodes in case you've missed any of them and you want to interact with us or maybe catch up with us and check out what we are all about on the www.blackofirenetwork.com. Once you log on to the website, feel free to create your own profile and join the Black Fire family. We also have the app on the Google Play Store, and you can see the flame that it has a sign of a flame. It's like a fire sign. So you can download the app and get to enjoy this amazing music. I had a fantastic weekend personally. I don't know about your family, but I want to say first good morning to Keith. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning. Good morning, Joby.
Yeah, I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You're calling Jesus to come and save you or to wake you up.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like 2:00 in the morning. I won't be with you guys too much now because our time that went back. We're now on what we call winter time in America, so we go back an hour. So
okay.
Yeah, it's called daylight saving time. In America, mostly in the West, we do. A lot of the world doesn't do this to preserve time in the summer. We move our clock forward, and at winter time, we got to move it back to standard time. So, like Friday would have been 3:00 in the morning. You on now, right? It would have been 3:00 because I'm in Texas. But
Mm-hmm.
now we moved the time backwards, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning now.
Oh, okay. Do you know there is that is how even the weather works with the time over there. That is
It's
a day
called it's called
less.
daylight. It's called daylight saving time. You look it up. It's called. It was to preserve
Mm-hmm.
light in the summer, so farmers could do more farming and people could get more work down, get more work done because of the summer months you have more light. In
Mm-hmm.
the winter months you have less light.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the sun doesn't stay in the air, stay in the sky as long as it does in the summertime. So
Mm-hmm.
what they did, they devised a system that they would move the clock up forward to make you wake up when the sun came up earlier in the summer. And now that you're going back into the winter months, you get less sun. So we move the time back.
Mm-hmm.
It's manipulation of the time. You can look that up, Joe, but say what is daylight saving time?
Okay.
Say
How was
what is
how was your
daylight? Yeah, what is daylight saving time?
okay, let me check that out. How was your weekend though?
I didn't have any weekend shit. I worked every day. I didn't have any weekend really.
It's okay. So they're saying that daylight saving time (DST) in brackets, it is the practice of setting the clocks forward 1 hour from standard time during the summer months and back
Exactly.
in the fall. And in order to make better use of natural daylight, clocks are set
Exactly.
forward 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah, so Saturday we moved the clocks back because it's becoming winter, so
Mhm.
fall and winter time, so we moved the clocks back again because summertime is clearly over. So in this hemisphere, you guys are going in the summer, we're going in the winter. So um so what happened was, we moved the clocks back, so now it's 2 o'clock in the morning instead of 3 o'clock, so it's even earlier.
Mhm.
So
Well, that's really amazing. I've never heard of it. Actually, I'm really surprised because I've never
now
heard
you
of.
have Joby, so you learn something every day.
I do. But don't traumatize me. It's still the beginning of the day and the beginning of the week. Don't traumatize me. It's too early for me to be traumatized. But Caribbean once again, family. And before we go on to the matters of the day, I want to give a quote of the day, and it says, "As you consistently and deliberately think and speak more of what you do, what want and less of what you don't want, you will find yourself more often in alignment with pure, positive, and essence of your own souls. And under those conditions, your life will be extremely pleasing to you." That is the quote of the day that I have for you, family. And I hope as you look forward to this particular week, it being the second week of November, I hope that this particular month you make it nothing but you align, ensure that you are aligning your thoughts, with whatever you really want, and make sure that they are positive though, so that you may be able to attract and live the life that you want. That is the quote that I have for you today. But you can interact with us. As we said, we are on our social media handles. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram, as you get to tell us how you spent your weekend. As for Keith, he's saying he didn't have any weekend, and I wonder how, but it is okay and understandable. It is okay and
Because
understandable.
a weekend means that you didn't do any work. You usually kind of chilled a little bit. I worked every day. I worked yesterday. I worked Saturday. I worked Sunday. So I didn't have any days off. So
Mhm.
the weekend was
Maybe
work for me.
you should come to Kenya for a holiday in case maybe you want to rest. You should look forward to come to Kenya and have an amazing holiday right here. But let me get straight to the matters of the day, and I wanted to talk about the matter of the schools that has been happening for the past 2 weeks so far. And we've seen the issue of schools being burnt down by students. It has been ongoing. We have like over 15, or let me say even 20 schools that have been burnt this particular month, before the beginning of this month, and during the end of October. But right now, they have said that they want to come up with let me say a foundation, or rather a situation in which case that because most of these schools, they are banned by students either for a reason, and maybe they have also a message that they want to pass either to the teachers or to the parents. So they have said that right now, in case any student is found in this mistake of banning a school, you're either going to be arrested and face the charges, and you have to pay for everything, or you have to be caned, because the issue of students being caned in school, actually I can say it is not in many schools whereby teachers have to beat children in schools. It's not in many schools, but right now they have introduced the system even in universities and in high schools. So I don't know how they're going to handle the issue, but they have said that this was the lecturers who came up with the whole idea, considering or rather gathering the whole information with the universities striking and also the high school students striking. So they have said that the UON lecture wants caning to be brought back to schools and to tame and arrest and in discipline, And they have said that the lecturer, Kennedy Echesa, has called out the reintroduction of, punishing students in the proper way. So for me, I think this is quite a good move, but again, it's going to be a bad move, because when you are a university student, you're already a grown up, you're already an adult. It's like you're either someone's wife or someone's girlfriend or someone's husband. University is full of all people. So then there's no way you're going to tell me you can cane a parent or you can cane someone's husband or someone's wife.
Whoa. Hold on. What? Hold
Yeah,
on. Wait. Are you talking about they're caning adults in college and
yeah. It's
in
either you
Kenya?
are arrested if you are found in a mistake. Let's say there is a strike of let's say students striking, and you came up with the whole idea. It's either you're going to be arrested or you're going to be caned. You have to face the discipline. You have to face the
You're
situation.
talking about you're talking about an educational system that's based
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
absolutely moronic nonsense. Now you're talking about something that's not. You can't. You don't beat adults because of their protesting a system that's already corrupt.
Mhm.
You're talking about complete backwardness
Mhm.
and a system that is wow. This is absolutely insane. To even hear this as an adult, someone is
Mhm.
being whipped or beat,
Mhm.
or they're protesting against a system. And I'd be damned.
Mhm.
Me as an adult, you're gonna put your hands on me or
I
beat me
know,
with
right?
anything.
It
I'll
is
damn
crazy.
near kill you.
Mhm.
I'll kill you. You out of your rabbit ass mind? You think you're gonna beat me as an adult? As if I'm
So
a child? I don't even agree with child beating, but that's a story for another day. That's a different topic. But as an
mhm.
adult, you don't have the right to beat another human being as an adult. That
Mhm.
is a form of abuse, no matter how you try to justify it.
They are
That's
trying
a
to put it in a way like where you are. If you are in school, you are a student, so you have to live like the parenthood had side, the wifehood aside, or the husbandhood aside. If you are in school, you have to remain like a student and
that
behave like
has
the.
nothing to do with. So when I'm a student, you don't have the right to beat me. That don't that student has nothing to do with. There's nowhere in the world except in Africa and some other backward ass countries where this is even tolerated. You can't beat an adult talking about I'm a student. You don't get beat at Harvard, Joby. You don't get beat at Yale. You don't get beat at Oxford. You don't get beat in the best schools in the world for being for protesting or talking out of line. That's crazy as cat shit.
Well, for me, I think this, they're not going to agree with it, definitely. And I've seen how the African spirit is, especially when it comes to this kind of matters of punishment. And I can say, even with my own self, personally, I dropped out of college for that particular reason, because there was a teacher who was trying to harass me. It's like I was forced to do something, and he was like, he gave me an option. I want you to help me carry the mattresses to the how they call, not the dormitories, but are they called? Well, like where the students just get to sleep, in the university, like, or rather in the college. So
The
other like
dormitories.
not the dormitories, I don't know, the hostels, the hostels. So she was
Okay,
like,
hostels.
I want you to help me to carry these mattresses to the hostels. But since you don't live in the hostels, it is a choice. It's not a must. So she gave us an option, and I was like, it's not a must. So I have to sit down. I need that people can carry these mattresses. I'm not trying to be rude, but I was really tired and I was waiting for my next class. So it took like a week after she came after me and a cousin of mine, because we were like a group of five. Then she told us, you have to face punishment because I told you to help me carry the mattresses, but you didn't. And I asked her, you gave us an option, you told us it is not a must, since we do not stay in these hostels, we stay outside the hostels. You told us it is not a must, so why is it becoming an issue? She went ahead, made a call to my parents, said that I'm being rude and stuff. I was forced to do the punishment, yes, which I did. But again, she comes back again to me, telling me that I never did the punishment good enough. So I was like, okay, what is it that you're trying to imply? She was like, it's either you get punished or I cane you, you have to face the punishment. I was like, you're not going to cane me. I'm not a kid one. I didn't come here to work for you while you have workers. I came here to study. So there's no way you're going to turn me into your own, like me working for you. It became a
That's a
whole issue.
slave. They're trying to. You're talking about. You're talking about the mindset, and it starts from the top bottom. You're talking about the whole corrupt, wicked. It's not a. It's not even that's corrupt. It's wicked.
Mm-hmm.
The system that you just are identifying, Joby, is wicked. Not that it's corrupt. It's beyond corrupt. You're talking about a wicked system.
Yeah. It is wicked, but right now it has come to a point whereby even the children striking, or rather even them burning down the schools, children are going, rather students are going through very traumatizing issue, rather traumatizing moments that they do not really speak about, either to their parents, either to their own relatives, or either to the teachers themselves, because you as a child, you're never given the right to speak, rather to give
See,
your opinion
and the
about.
thing and the problem with that is that they're not even the education that they give you is complete garbage. It is
Mhm.
indoctrination. Do me a favor since we're talking on this. I know you're listening, Dr. Mum. I know you've been listening for a long time because there are no coincidences in the universe. Every time I bring something up, you talk about it on your show. Go to the last video. I think it was the last one before the last one she made when she's talking about education.
Mhm.
Go to her
So right
channel. So that
now, as I pull that up, I wanted to read this particular
go
message where students need to write down the issue they are facing, because most of them, they were found to be going through depression. Most of them are attempting suicide even inside the schools. So I said, there's this report that came forth, and they were saying that we had a Form 1 parent meeting last month, and we had several speakers, professional counselors, teachers, and there are 160 girls. They were given papers to write the issue secretly, and this is after they realized the girls were disturbed, stressed, and looked confused each essay was reading in front of the panel. And so one of the issues they said is that several were planning to commit suicide and self-harm, and they went counseling and healing. The second thing was girls know their parents deep secret through the phones, the girlfriends, like they know the adultery the parents are really, doing, but they cannot tell it to the other parent, so you have to sit down with it, and you cannot talk about it because you don't want your parents to split and such stuff. And the other thing was over 50% of girls are not, that is not, it's not a matter of but virgins, and most of the 50% of girls are not virgins, and this is the cause behind this: relatives, one of them being cousins and even fathers. And some fathers have slept with their daughters, and most of them force them to take P2s, which is the
what
protection.
what what what
Yes,
what what what
yes,
what the, what
yes,
what
yes.
whoa
Mm-hmm.
whoa 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 whoa
Mm-hmm.
whoa 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 Jesus Christ, hold on, whoa
It is
what
crazy.
hold on, wait, I got it. Wait, whoa we hold on now.
Yeah.
Are you
So
trying to tell me,
mm-hmm.
are you trying to tell me
Mm-hmm.
that there is overwhelming incest in happening in Kenya right now?
Yes, it is happening in Kenya, and that is why you can see when you try to connect the dots, it is the issue of parents or even the government and teachers. You go ahead and say that you want to cane students while you do not get to sit down and understand what is
She
it that
did.
is
She did try to
happening.
slide that under the radar too quick, gentlemen. Unsunken one. You guys up early. She
Mhm.
did. I was like, wait, I, I'm I'm disgusted. I'm speechless, and I'm troubled. The European has destroyed the African mind. You know what? Incest is punishable by death.
Mhm.
Not a forgivable crime.
Mhm.
Can't sleep with your daughter and think that's a forgivable crime.
It is
In
not.
African society, it used to be punishable by death. You must destroy the bloodline because that's something Europeans do. What I'm what my
So,
mind is
so
my
you can
mind is
see,
gone.
really, I
I
was really
did
wondering. I was really wondering during the weekend because a lot of schools have been reported to be burnt down. And I was like, when I got this information, I was like, this is the issue of the government, the parents, and also the teachers, because you never sit down and ask these students, what is it that you are going through? What makes you come to this particular point where you just want to leave school or you don't want to go home? So most of that was the issue. That was point number 4. Some of the fathers have slept with the daughters, and most of them take pick 2 after the act. And in fact, most of them hate going to their parents' home after this. Like schools are closed, so they wonder where to go. Most of them, you find they even drop out of school because of these issues.
So it's no way, how traumatized is you done rape, because it's not consent. You done raped your own daughter. Now you, wow, 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 wow. My mind is messed up.
Exactly. This is not the only case, but I've seen dads who abuse their daughters. We see it in the news like every day. You see a father is arrested because of raping the child and bribing them with 5 shillings or maybe some amount of money for you to keep the silence, for you not to say the whole thing. Then the other issue was broken homes really affecting their mind and souls and spirit, and also drug addiction of the parents. And another thing is the teacher or the parent and student's role are the responsibility were clearly splitted. They just discussed the whole thing. So I just hope wherever it is really heading, because right now the schools are being banned. Not even the schools, you can even see it right now. I wanted to talk about the cartels, how they're also going to the market and banning people's businesses right now. It is really, I don't know where Africa we are really heading, but it is really crazy.
Well,
Really.
you're talking about a system that's going to be torn down because you're talking about a colonial system that was created. It's corrupt from top to bottom. It can't survive with all these injustices, and the children are speaking out. You can't rape your children and know nothing's done about it. You can't rape your child.
True.
I think this is normal behavior. This is punishable by death. Period. There's no coming back from you sleeping with your child. This is absolutely insane. My God, I was sleeping now. You're right. I'm sucking. Once you snuck that shit by me, it woke my ass up with this. I was all like, what? Like, what?
It is really crazy.
I would strangle you to death if I found out you slept with your child. I would kill your ass.
And Sunken One, good morning. Actually, I can relate to the whole situation because personally I've also escaped rape before. An uncle of mine wanted to rape me when I was young, and I was like, he silenced me. I remember he came and silenced me, and he took me to bed, and I was like, what are you trying to do? And he was drunk. What are you trying to do? I screamed. I had to scream, and I was helped by my aunt because I was not living with my mom by then, by my aunt and by my uncle. Then he was chased away after me saying that he wanted to, take advantage of me. So I can say I've escaped rape, and you can clearly see that what
I know it was happening bad in South Africa, General Mosquito. I know it was just as common as Joby's make. I know it was really bad in South Africa, where you had the parents, the men sleeping with their babies, sleeping with their children, sleeping with their daughter. I thought it was because the European culture was ingrained. But at this, you're talking about a matter of debauchery. For the African system that exists in Africa have to be completely torn down. Joby as a child just said her uncle tried to sleep with her. Are you out your fucking mind? And what? Let me find out a brother of mine tried to sleep with my daughter. I'm murdering you. You out of your rabbit ass mind. My daughter came to me and said, Dad, Uncle Eric and my Uncle Eric, Uncle Charles tried to sleep with me. I'm like, what? What? My head would explode, and then there would be murder. But of course, my brothers wouldn't do nothing like that. I'm just saying. But expect or I try to sleep with their daughter. Can you imagine the crazy? Imagine me sleeping with my niece. Ugh, oh my God. Ugh. Just the thought makes me throw up.
I know, right? It is crazy. It is really crazy.
I would have sexual. That's That's almost as close as bestiality.
Mm-hmm.
It's as close as almost sleeping with an animal, because you destroy the genetics when you sleep with family members. That used to be known now, because you don't sleep with family members, it destroys the genetics. That's why the all makes the child come out retarded, have problems, have whatever, because the genetics are too close. You don't sleep with family members.
Mm-hmm.
Cause a genetic annihilation, because it's wrong. That's why the all put it when you have sex with your family man, it destroys the genetics. That's why the child comes out retarded, has problems, because it is wrong.
Totally wrong. Totally wrong. But
Wow. But
mhm.
hold on. Hold on, Joe. We can't brush past it. This is crazy. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
I was still asleep now and woke the hell up. This. What did your parents do? Did you ever tell your parents?
Actually, I never spoke about it. I've never even told my mom. But I remember there was a time
Damn, man.
we went for a burial. Then I met the uncle there. Then he was trying to be nice to me, and I was like, "Do I tell my mom or I don't?" But I was like, if I tell my mom, it's going to bring a whole issues, a whole lot of problems. So I was like, I just kept shush about it because my uncle was there, my aunt was there. They helped me, but I just kept quiet about it. No one ever knew. Not even my dad up to date knew. My mom died even without her ever knowing about it. But since it
Wow.
never happened, I escaped it. I thank God, but that is what really happened. I never spoke about it because it was really traumatizing and really scary. Because every time you meet him in a family gathering, you're like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
look,
traumatizing and scary 'cause you never dealt
yeah,
with.
you, you,
You were
you,
supposed to expose him, Joe, but you weren't supposed to keep quiet, sweetheart. You're supposed to expose that kind of, because as a child and as a woman, it does damage to you, your soul, takes pieces of your humanity away. So now you got to live in fear. Every time you see him and be no, you're supposed to expose his ass, because you're not the only one he's been a predator on in your family. So we don't know how many people that he has gotten since he didn't get you in the family. He's a
Mhm.
predator. And sadly enough, as a child, your parents were supposed to teach you that. You know, anybody, family, or anybody as a child
Mhm.
is a predator towards you. You're supposed to come to your parents. Your parents are there to protect you. And your sexual, um, being abused sexually, a lot of people do not recover from that their whole life, Job. It will destroy you as a person, because that's the most sacred thing.
See,
Um,
this whole thing is actually like everywhere. Everyone wants just to take, even in school. I was telling the day actually after us finished the rhythm scripture, the day we were talking about the indoctrination about the schools, like Spikes was telling me to give a shout out to the teachers. I was like, I'm not going to give a shout out to any teacher, because even in school I've been harassed by teachers, whereby a teacher wants you and you can see two teachers making a conflict because of you. That was in high school. So I was like, really, I never had a good time in high school, and it really made me like really tough, because you can see the whole school knows this teacher wants you and this teacher wants you. They have a conflict because of you and you can't do anything about it. I'm trying to explain to my dad at home, but he's like, deal with it, just know how to handle the issue. It really pained me, but I
Deal
did.
with it. How can I deal with it? You're supposed to protect me then. So, yeah, men don't understand that the female energy is higher, so they will always have an attraction towards them. So they mistake it for lust. Well, well, you're talking about somebody being undisciplined, and the African is really undisciplined and crazy. That she cannot go to school without being harassed because she's becoming a young woman, and you got the nasty old teachers wanting to sleep with her. So this becomes an issue. So you can never focus on
Exactly.
education, because your environment becomes hostile. You can't go
Mm-hmm.
to school under a hostile environment and actually learn anything, because and then, like you said, in Kenya, the teachers are given all the power. So now I have no power, and I'm being accosted every
Mm-hmm.
time. And we know that's the truth, because we've heard stories even in America. But you can't, in America, you have to get locked up. They catch your ass fucking with a child. You're gone in high school. But we know that how in America is more of a mind manipulation, because they can't come out like do in Africa and just try to say they want this child and go after them, because your ass will go to prison. So what they
Mm-hmm.
do to a child, they'll manipulate the mind. A young girl manipulate her mind, because at that age you're still learning. You're still, the mind is easy manipulated because it's still growing. So they
Mhm.
can manipulate a young girl into bed or something like that. And if they found out,
Exactly.
they'll go to jail. But
What? Mhm.
eh, 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 oh yeah, it's about the sexual favors for grades. Yeah, that was happening in Ghana
Yeah.
and
No,
Nigeria. I'm sure it happens all in Africa. Sex,
even me, I was given those kind of offers. Just be my girlfriend. I'm going to show you the exams before they come out. I'm going to give you this, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that, because if you have to give me the exams, you have to give to the rest of my friends too. I'm not going to be the one to pass this whole thing. You have to ensure the whole class
wow.
passes.
See,
I
what
was
you
like,
talking about? You're
yeah.
talking about this is systemic. That's it. It's your mosquitoes, not it's in Kenya. Not, it's the whole Africa. So that's why I tell you, you want people. The colonialism has destroyed their morality because it's in Nigeria, it's in Kenya, it's in all African countries. It's systemic that you're going, and it's not being prosecuted to actually go up to somebody. It means you got no fear of the government nor the law to go. You wouldn't even hear that in America. You know what? If you give me some of you, I will give you good grades. Like what? Soon as the girl, soon as you said the ending, in America, you be scared to say that shit. As soon as the girl goes say something to somebody, your ass is done. You're, you're done. You're going to prison. You will be fired. You're done. You're done. And Africa's like, it's like whatever. Yeah. I don't know how to respond as a young lady
Mhm.
to something like that. I know how you responded because now they're gonna be out to get you because you didn't deal with their advances, right? You didn't deal with their advances, so now they're gonna be trying to sabotage your education.
Dexter Robinson, you're asking if good morning to you first. Yes, you're asking if female teachers also approach male students in the same manner. I can't say so.
I don't
I'm not.
think so.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I'm
Female
not.
energy, female energy is different than male energy. So male energy is desire, and female energy is different.
But
Now,
if he is good looking, is always favored in a way. That is what I can really say. If he is a fine young man, good looking, and there is a young lady or maybe just a woman who just has her own cravings, these are you can see the connection, but it's never shown the same way that men do show it, because mine, it was clearly shown. Everyone knew it was really shameful. You can't do anything about it. And you're just there, you're just there. You're not focused. And this
teammates,
is
well, that happened. Everybody's got stories of that. Zoe, when you was in high school, football players slept with teammates' mothers and shit. I've heard that happen in high school when I was in high school too. But that, men are not young boys are not traumatized the same way young girls. You understand? We're different. We're different. Young boys are different unless young boys are different than girls. Young boys are going to want to sleep with older women. We don't give a shit as a young child. Women are different. It's a different dynamic, different energies. We understand the energy of a woman, energy of a man is completely different. As a child, I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell this story.
Mhm.
Let's tell the story about my brother. Now this is funny. This is funny. Now let me tell the story, okay? Just like you said, so, and my brother would corroborate this. Okay, we were young, right? I think I was 16 at the time, so that make me and my brother close in age. So Eric would have been 15 or 14, going on 15, because all two of my brothers were real close, right? Real close in age. So I think I was 16? So anyway, he was 15, right? So my mom and them my mom and her friends would play cards together. And so my mom's friend came to me asking about my brother. I was like, what? I'm 16. I'm like, what the hell she talking about? Where's your brother at, Keith? I said, he's at work. He's working, he's a kid. He works at McDonald's. He works at McDonald's flipping burgers. Where's he at? Yeah, but he's so nice and he's so And I knew then, so what you're saying, I got the vibe. I'm like, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. So anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so my brother came to work. I said, man, what the hell was that lady's name? Stephanie? I think her name was Stephanie. I said, hey, man, mom's friend, Stephanie asked about you. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
man, go ahead, stop fucking around. Stop playing, Keith. I said, I swear to God. She came to me, asked me about, where you was at and all this other crazy shit. He's like, oh, man, that don't mean nothing. I said, yeah, I don't think I just was surprised. So, my mom was out of town. My mom went on some business trip or something. So, at that time, me being the oldest boy, I was in charge of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, next thing I know, Stephanie comes knocking on the door. She knows my mother's gone.
Mm-hmm.
She said, hey, is your brother here? I was like, what? And she's married now. She's a grown woman. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Eric's a child. What are you talking about? So she says, is your brother home?
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, he home. I said, Eric, Miss Stephanie was out here wants to holler at you.
Mm-hmm.
Now remind you she's married. And at that time we were young. She's married. Her
Uh-huh.
husband's a big ass dude too. Right? Was a big dude. So anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Right? We they talk. They go and talk and say something. So she talked about she wanted to have sex with him and all this other stuff. He came back
Okay.
and it was me and a friend of mine, and we didn't believe him. I said, man, get the hell out of here. No, man. I'm telling you, Keith, man. She came to me tomorrow. She wanted to have sex with me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, get the hell out of here. You a damn child working at McDonald's. Get the
Mm-hmm.
fuck out of here. You're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You're a kid. That grown lady didn't say no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't lying. She did say that. So later on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Later on, this is how young and deprived we were, young and stupid. So it was me, my friend Gerald, and this other little kid. I forgot the little kid used to hang around with. He's a young kid, like 11. I said, hey, man, we too old for you. Go away. Shit, stop hanging around. You're too young. So anyway, she wanted to come back that night, and she was going to sleep with my brother. I said, listen here. Ain't nobody doing nothing in this house without us being able to see the shit. Because I was in charge. I said, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I'll tell mom on your ass. So that day, she came back, and my brother slept with this woman, right? We was all in the house, and, it was crazy, And so, oh, I lost Joby. Anyway, I wait till Joby comes back. Anyway, right? So, my brother sleeps with this woman and shit, right? Shit was crazy. So my friends were like, damn, man, you slept with a grown ass woman. And so we all said, but damn, when the husband found out, man, he gonna fuck you up. He gonna mess you up. When the husband finds out, man, you gonna be in trouble. That dude's gonna mess you up. So we kind of forgot about it. And I guess my brother was going back and forth over there. Not, I don't know. We didn't hang in the same circles. So one day, her husband came knocking at the door, bang, 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 bang. I'm like, who the fuck is that outside the house? Who the hell's that banging like that? What the hell's going on? She might have been, but she was fine as hell. My brother kid like, yeah, man, I fucked a grown woman. Kid, you can't never say you fucked a grown woman. I had sex with a grown ass woman. I still couldn't believe it happened, right? It was the craziest shit. Nah, I'm not gonna do no sick shit like that. Nah, I'm gonna do no sick shit like that. My boy Gerald wanted to say, well, yeah, she give us some pussy. We gonna tell on her ass. I said, nah, can't tell her husband. He probably fuck us up. I wasn't gonna do none of that. That seemed disgusting. That seemed disgusting, right? We weren't gonna do none of that, right? I wasn't gonna. Sure, Joby came back. Like Joby's back, but no, we weren't gonna do none of that, right? So you did to the
Yeah.
A16. So You back. Hold on, Joe. I'm in the middle of telling the story. Hold on, Joey. So no, we weren't gonna do none of that, man. That was just too nasty, too scary. So, okay, so so he's bragging, yeah, I slept with a grown woman. You ain't never slept with no grown woman, so he's all laughing. So we was all laughing, right? And like I said, me and my brother didn't hang in the same circles. I was like, damn, this grown woman slept with this kid. This is crazy. So, we kind of forgot about it. Like 2 weeks later, the husband came knocking at the front door, loud, bang, 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 bang. We was like, oh, cause I looked, we lived in a 2-story house. I looked at the one. I said, oh shit. I said, that's her husband out there. He must have found out you fucked his wife. He gonna get your ass. Man, y'all not gonna let my brothers in there with me. At that time, it was me, my boy Nate, and Jared. He said, man, y'all not gonna let me get fucked up. Y'all not gonna let that man beat me up. I said, my boy, we were kids, understand we were children. So we're gonna say coarse stuff as children. He said, man, we didn't get none of that pussy. You gonna have to fight that man yourself. So anyway, he banging on the door. I said, he got no son. Why is he banging? It's early on Saturday morning. Why is this dude banging on the door all crazy? So I said, nah, man, we ain't gonna let this man whip your ass. But so I went downstairs and opened up the door, right? I opened up the door. He's like, hey man, can I use your basketball? I was like, I said, what? Use a basketball? At 8 o'clock in the morning, this thing. So my brother's like, nah, this some kind of plot. He gonna fuck me up. He knows I slept with his wife. He knows it's some kind of plot. I said, listen, we'll go to the basketball court with him, and just see what's on his mind. So we won't fuck you up. But anyway, like I said, to make a long story short, it's like almost a year later. My mom never found out, right? A year later, right? Remember the little boy, we didn't know he was in the house. We didn't know he had stayed snuck. He's in a closet or some shit, right? The little boy, right? So a year later, found out that he had told his mother what had happened, right? Almost like a year later, because to get out of trouble, he said, Eric slept with that. That was her name, Dorothy, not Stephanie. He said, Eric slept with that Dorothy woman. His mom said, what? Yeah, he slept with that Dorothy lady. And so they was down playing cards, and my mom was in it. So his mother finally told my mother. My mom said her mom was all fucked up. She's like, what? So, because my mom wanted to prosecute her ass. But anyway, let me come home. So I come home, right? I come home. My mother comes to me and said, Keith. I'm like, what? What's going on, Mom? What's up? Did Eric have sex with Dorothy? I was like, motherfucker. How'd she find out? That's a year ago. I was like, motherfucker. How'd she find out? I was like, it must be true, because you ain't saying nothing no different. She started hollering, it must be true. It must be true, because you ain't saying nothing different. It must be true. I said, listen, I don't know, Mom. You're going to ask Eric. This bitch didn't rape my son. This bitch didn't rape my baby. I said, Mom, I don't know. You got to ask Eric when he comes home. I don't know. She must be true. Because I'm sitting there at the card game, and this lady tells me that this bitch is slept with my son. I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way. I'm like, hey, Mom, you got to ask Eric when he comes home. I don't know nothing. So
and you stammered, and then you stammered, they definitely gonna know the truth.
So my brother comes home. I'm trying to be. I say, hey man, and it's a year later. I say, hey man, Mom knows about Dorothy and shit. He's like, what? I said, Mom knows about Dorothy. He's like, what? I said, hey man, Mom knows about Dorothy and shit. I just fuck all that whispering. Mom knows about Dorothy. He said, shh. Shh, shh. I said, man, she knows, man. She knows. She knows you slept with that lady. So my mom came out and said, Eric, come here. Brother came out. He's like, he said, man, said, did that woman rape you? He said, nah, Mom, she didn't rape me. I'm a man. I wanted that pussy. He said, Mom, I'm a man. I'm going to prosecute that bitch for raping you. No, she didn't rape me.
Your mom was cool with that?
Huh?
She was cool with that?
Yeah, no, my mom was mad as hell. And that she couldn't charge the woman with rape because my brother didn't agree to go along with it. He said, "No, I can't charge the rape. I wanted that pussy. I wanted her." So
Yeah.
I'm a man. I wanted to have sex with that lady.
Mhm. That is really, really crazy.
So then,
But
so then my mother said, "You nasty." My mama said, "You nasty bastard. You'll sleep with anything."
you can see the family is also confessing. I can see and second one saying he did it too at 16 and the lady was 26. And Dexter says he did it at 15 and the lady was at 28.
She
Ah,
didn't say. No,
wow.
no. She was. I think this lady was in her 30s. She was in her 30s, but she was fine. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, I'm like, God damn, we should. And you're right. That's how messed up we were. I was like, man, we should blackmail this chick. We should blackmail this broad. I said, no, because she was really attractive, and we were like,
Mhm.
I said, damn, she slept with. I said, as a child, I'm like, what the hell she seeing his ass? He's a kid. This
Mhm.
motherfucker works at McDonald's. I said, my
Yeah,
brother works at a fast food restaurant. What the hell's going on?
that is
I
really,
said,
really
well, but see,
that
she had moved away because my mom was pissed off, boy. Said she sexually abused my child. My mom was going crazy. Said, yeah, my mom was good. I ain't know for a whole damn year she slept in this damn house.
Mhm.
I said, Mom, and you didn't tell me shit, Keith. I said, hey. I said, how the hell did y'all find out? How'd y'all find out? He said, the little boy. I said, that little boy used to be around Eric and them all the time. He moved away. He said, yeah. He was in it. He said, yeah, he said he hid in the closet. I was like,
Dexter is
motherfucker. He
Dexter
hid in
is
the closet.
Dexter Robinson is asking if your mom unfriended the friend, like did she unfriend her?
Which
Definitely
one?
she
The one? No, that lady had moved away. Dorothy had moved away. So
Mhm.
she wanted to prosecute that lady. But they
Oh.
didn't know when she knew that she had moved away. Remember this? My mom finds out a year later. That's what I was in the kitchen eating a bowl of cereal, right? I was eating like some Captain Crunch or I was eating a bowl. It wasn't a bowl of ugali. I was eating a bowl of cereal, right? Like some frosted flakes or something. I'm sitting eating the frosted flakes. I'm in the kitchen chilling, eating the frosted flakes. And my mom just come up to me and said, your mom look at you all crazy. I'm like, what's up, mom? What's going on? I need to ask you some goddamn thing right now. I said, what? I'm like, I'm all scared like that. What I do? What I do? What's wrong with I'm like, what I do? Why you tripping?
Mhm.
Is it true? Your brother slept with Dorothy. I choked on that. I choked all on that cereal. I'm like, what?
What?
What? What? Is it true your brother slept with Dorothy? You heard me. Hey, Mom, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. You got to ask Eric when he gets home. I don't know nothing. It must be true. It must be true because you're not denying it. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing.
And that is what it is. But going back to the matter, it is quite clear that you can see even like this school, there is a lot of brainwashing. Instead of you think your kid is going to study, but there's also some things that are ongoing there in the system of education. Your kids are distracted in a way. You are also personally distracted
I
in a
feel
way.
left out. That's true. I feel left out, Cameron. I never slept with a grown woman as a child. I feel left out, you dirty bastards.
It is really, really crazy. But I hope for the system of Kenya
But
things are going to change.
as a young girl, that's a difference. You don't let your young girl sleep with no grown ass men. It's a different energy. Men, boys at that age, we want females. It's a different thing. We don't have to be coerced to get sex. We're
Mhm.
different energies. We don't have to coerce us. Say a woman come and say, I'm gonna give you some. What? Okay,
True,
cool. It's a
true.
difference. It's a difference.
But if she a sugar mommy, she can. I mean, young boys would love that too. Someone
It
to
did
take.
come. It did come out my nose. I was all messed because it caught me up. It's a year later, unsucker one. I was like, what? I was like, cause I was on me. I said, how she find out? How did she find out? I was sitting there while she was yelling at me. I was like, I was still processing it through my mind. How the fuck did she find out? What happened? Who? No one told. I didn't tell. Who would tell? I didn't know the little boy was hiding in the damn closet and shit.
Mhm.
I didn't know he was hiding in the closet. Little boy was hiding in the closet and gave it all up. Little boy told.
It is really, really crazy. But moving on to the different matters, let us settle on another different matter. Thank you so much, Kid, for the story. That was really, really crazy.
Oh, but that's different. That's different. That's different. That's different. Zoe, because when you're young,
Mm-hmm.
that's them one to have older men, because older men get the young girls. Like when I was in high school, I had a crush on this chick. I was 16. I was trying to talk to her. She said, "Oh, Keith, you're just too young." I said, "Too young? You're 16 too? What the hell are you talking about?" And then I seen her boyfriend. He's like 25. I'm like, "That's illegal."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "What the fuck?" He's 25 years. Because when you're a kid, 25 seems old. I'm like, "That's a grown ass man. What the fuck? Your parents allow you to be with this grown ass man?"
Mm-hmm.
You 16, he like 25 years old. He's a grown ass man. What the hell's going on?
It is
Nah,
crazy.
Keith, you're too young. I said, too young? We're both 16. The hell you talking about? We both kids up in here. But right.
Did you also have the same experience with someone else, like the way your brother did?
No, that's what I said. I told him in the chat room. No, I never did.
Wow.
Yeah, Yo was dead. Yeah, that was it. Bro, exactly. Those are young girls at that age who decide to be with older guys like 21, 22. That's their choice. That's not like really rape or being oppressed. They choose to do that because when you get 21 or 22, you get somewhat established. So you can go get the young 16-year-old girl, even though it's illegal. That shit's illegal. So
It is, but right now I think things have really changed. You could never date someone who is below 18. Rather, if you are found with a student, actually you could be arrested. You are either arrested or you are charged with going or rather hanging around dating a young girl, which is so wrong.
yeah, you should be. But like I said, also it's unfair, but it's the way of life. So older you get, the old men get the young women. I don't think it's fair. I think because the young men are not established, and so like Joby said, no romance without finance. It's the older men that got the finance.
Yeah.
Young men don't have shit. So you like
True.
so
But again, dating someone who's a bit old for money, it's quite ish. It's ish. Let me just say ish. It's really ish because personally I tried and my dad cautioned me about it. They were like, there's no way you're going to be hanging out with someone who is like almost my age, and I see you, maybe he's taking you out to doing something for you because of money. So I had to pull off. I had to pull back, and I was like, okay, that is wrong. So I have to pull back. I really have to.
But that's the way of the world. Young, older established men get young women. Hey, that's just the way life is. That's the way life works. Sad fact, women when they get older, their value goes less. The more we gotta be real about what happens in the world. The younger a younger woman, her value is high.
Mm-hmm.
The younger man, his value is low. The older the man, his value is high. The older woman, her value is low. That's how it works. I'm sad to say. So the older you get men, your value goes up. The older woman her value decreases. Her value is when she's young, because that's when she's fit, she's gorgeous, she's in the prime of her life.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, she has many options. How life works, there's many options. The older she gets, it starts to decline. Like, oh no, you start. Every woman's gonna know this. Your value starts to decline the older you get. As a man, your value goes up. When you're young, your value ain't worth shit when you're young. You guys know when you're young, your value just not as there. It is not as much. But the older you get, because you're established, now your value has gone up. Because sadly enough, it's about economics. World's about economics and how, so that's why when you're old, that's why when they go to Tanzania, they're gonna see a bunch of old ass white men with young black girls. That's the thing of economics. So
that is what is really happening. Thank you for the story, Kid. But let me go.
Yeah, she is the wall. I don't know if they all well as they take care of, they still gonna look good. You got older women that still look good, but they're not going to be able to beat a young 22, 23, 24-year-old woman. It is not. You're not going to have a 45, 50-year-old woman compete against a 24, 25-year-old woman. They're going to lose. It's just, they're going to lose every time.
Sure.
Even though they keep themselves up, they're just going to lose. You know, youth is an aphrodisiac. And so when women are young is when they have their value. So women, and you teach your daughter that your youth is when you got your value. Older you get, your value starts to decline. So you'll know that.
I was just saying that I hope with how the system of education is really going, and considering that the girls have really put out the matters of what is really affecting them, I hope that the teachers and also the parents are going to take serious note of this, because where it is really heading, if they're not careful, a lot of young girls drop out of schools.
That's true too, though. As their fertility declines as with age, because they can't have children anymore, the value goes down. Only because when you're born, woman is only born with so many eggs. As a child, until the time she dies, she's gonna have these many eggs. That's all she's gonna ever have. That's why they have a period. It's the dropping off of eggs every month. And by the time she gets usually about 48, 49, her childbearing is over. So she goes into menopause, like, nah, I can't mess with her because she can't give me no children. So that's another reason why the value of women is so high when they're young, youthful. Because old women can't birth no children. Like, nah, she's too old. Get up out of here. If you still want children. If you don't, hey, get you an old broad.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But let me finish up with one story, and I wanted to talk about an issue that actually Spikes shared with me this particular information in the morning. I was really shocked, whereby Kenyatta was not a part of the Mau Mau, and he knew nothing about the Mau Mau. And
I knew that.
I didn't know he cast the Mau Mau. I didn't know he cast the Mau Mau.
He's a puppet. He's not. I told him the country should have. The British set them up. So every hero we got, Joe, understands begin by white people. Like, okay, over here we got Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King is a puppet of crackers. He's a puppet created by white people. Oh, Nelson Mandela in South Africa is a puppet created by white people.
Well, I wanted to share this particular video where these two people from the Mau Mau were saying how they experienced everything with Kenyatta and how he was not even part of the Mau Mau people. So let's.
I knew he wasn't.
Just a certain.
I was shocked personally.
Their leader ran Mau Mau.
Of course, because you've been brazen lies. So he was the founder of the country and he fought. So he's a puppet. They were never rich. You gotta ask, why is the Kenyatta family rich today when they were impoverished like every other African people? Because the British put them in power. That's why. Let me go ahead. Oh, did Joby freeze? I think Joby froze. Zoe's up early. Shit's gonna be like 1 o'clock in the morning over there with Zoe. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock where I'm at up here in Texas. Shit. 4 o'clock in the morning for Unsunken One. It's early as hell. The mosquitoes probably about 10 o'clock. Exactly what they are. They're just front men for white supremacists. Exactly right. Unsunken One. That's all they are. You go back and understand all these people they put up as Kenyatta, he's the father of the country and all that old done. I told Spike years ago he's a puppet. It's a lie. Go reverse engineer Kenyatta. The family was impoverished. Now all of a sudden they rich. Family's worth $500 million because of an impoverished background. His daddy's Jomo Kenyatta was a moron. Now he's a multi-millionaire. Family's multi-millionaires. Shit's absolutely crazy. It's ridiculous. They were given credibility by the British when they would leave and set their puppets up. Let me set my puppet up, make sure the money, all the land, all the money was still going to Britain. He kept the same tribal shit going. Funny thing, he never accepted Jesus. Why he allowed to continue in the country? He never believed in that Jesus shit. So why would he allow that educational system to still flourish in the country? Because he was a puppet. Dude had like 6, 7 wives. He never followed none of that Christian shit. You know, he's a puppet. Why? She back. You know, why would he have serious racism, brainwashing in Kenya? Exactly right. They do.
Sorry about
Back.
that. I don't know what's up with the internet today, but
That's okay. But let me yeah. Finish your video. Yeah, that's the problem. I'm saying they set up their puppets. They knew, and that said, he's a puppet. He never collapsed the damn school system. He didn't even believe in the Jesus shit, but now Jesus is running rampant in Kenya. He didn't even believe in that shit itself. So if you're the father of the country, you would have collapsed the educational system and made it African. He didn't do that. He didn't collapse the tribalism. He put more tribal shit into Kenya because the British told him to do it. So Kenya became more fucking tribal with his ass in office. That's a fact, because he almost had a revolt with the tribe out in the West going against his no good ass. But it's the media that's controlled by your enemies. He's the father of the country and all those dumb shit. So them not being sophisticated, they'll look at the news. Oh, Kenyatta was the father of the country. He comes from abject poverty and he was a moron. How do you think they got rich? Kenyatta didn't earn any money. He was a dummy. How the fuck the money? Where'd the money come from? Follow the dots. The British set him up as a puppet. Now the family's worth $500 million US. Oh, I lost her. Yeah, she froze. I know she froze. There she go. Let her go. She back. She back. Oh, she was back. She back. So
I am back.
So it's the same thing we learned about when you get Nelson Mandela in South Africa, another puppet, and he was a dick-sucking puppet, sucking white dick, literally, not figuratively. Oh, he's the father, and Nelson Mandela's the father of the nation. Africans are still impoverished and fucked up in South Africa. White people give you your heroes. Oh, look at Dr. Martin Luther King, another sellout, dick-sucking ass nigga, given by white people. Now black people are like, dang, Martin Luther King got worse after we got this goofy nigga. Yes, because he's their hero, not yours. Kenyatta's their hero, not yours. Nelson Mandela's their hero, not yours. But go ahead.
Their
Go ahead,
leader
Joby.
ran Mau Mau. But the men who did disagree.
How much did Kenyatta know about the organization of Mau Mau?
I think he knew nothing.
He knew nothing.
Kenyatta was among the older generation, so we feared that if he knew much, he may disagree with what we were thinking or doing. So it was only the younger generation which had decided that because all other means have failed, we must use violence.
He was not active in that organization. And we do not want him to be active in that one. And he did not know who were leading.
Kenyatta did not know who the leaders were.
No, and he could not say who was steering the wheel.
Kenyatta had avoided taking sides. In 1952, the British persuaded him to do so. At a mass rally alongside the pro-British chief Waluhiu, he cursed Mau Mau.
I think he was
Of course he did, because he was setting this, they were setting their puppet up. Of course Kenyatta did. He was setting up to be the puppet. They knew the Africans were getting tired of British rule, and you had them fighting finally. Said, you're not going to allow these British to exterminate us. We're not going to let you kill us. We're not going to let you destroy, take Kenya over completely. So the British like, man, we got to get us a puppet. We'll still control the country from behind the scenes, and they won't even know. We know that African is pretty much a moron. What we'll do, we'll put our puppet in there. We'll tell them, yeah, you got freedom and blah, 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 blah. And behind the scenes, we'll still run and control every damn thing. Go ahead, Joe.
I was really surprised, and this is one of the histories that most of us do not really know, because this particular information, a lot of people have reacted to it, starting with the system of education, on also, what the media and what the history has been all about. Like, we are being told, he helped the Mau Mau and stuff, but when you come to find out the truth, he never even did anything. Because I was asking in the morning, if he did cast the Mau Mau, how is it that we even came to that particular point we acquired freedom?
Because of brainwashing, Joby. Because you don't own the media, you don't own the education. When you're taught lies, yeah, you're taught as a child lies. So it's hard to be unlearn lies. And like Temple told you, information is expensive in Africa. Most people can't afford the internet. Most people can't afford real education. And then the news you got is given to you by your enemies. They prop him. Oh, Kenyatta was a great person. Yo, you listen to the media. You're like, yes, he was great. So you look at the news. You don't know the news is lying to you.
Actually, even today, I realized that even in the media itself, sexual harassment is also happening in the newsroom, whereby you have to keep your job for you to give your body out, especially to the women. That is what, there's a lot of things that are ongoing on. Yeah, it's not only in school, it's not only at home, parents raping their children.
It's the whole culture. You got the whole, if it permeates this in school, Joe, it comes something, when something it rises from the head down. It means permeated in society because it comes from the top down. So you're gonna find it all strata of caste in Kenya. It's not just gonna be in school, it's gonna be in the government, it's gonna be in the media, it's gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be ubiquitous because things rot from the head and they've never changed. So because you had a corrupt person who was considered the head of Kenya, damn Kenyatta. All this corruption, all this shit was never overturned because he was corrupt to begin with. And like you said, you're gonna have sexual impropriety all throughout the country, all throughout the system, because that's the system itself. You can't tell me somebody can sleep with their child and it's not a national outcry. Are you insane? The country should have a referendum. You can't sleep with your child and say this is normal and people all shh, hush up, shh, be quiet. You know the damage you do to a child, the damage you do to a girl, a father that molested her. That child would never, most children would never recover their whole life. Your whole life is damaged.
They don't recover, because if I relate with my own story, if I go home today or if I have a family gathering today, I still look at the same person and I'm like, nah, I cannot even look at him twice, because it's really crazy. And so, brain.
Yeah, because you never dealt with it, because you were assaulted as a child. That's got to be dealt with. It cannot be swept under the rug. Cannot shh, be quiet. Don't want people to know that the family's fucked up. Be quiet. Shh, I don't want people to know that this happened to family. You crazy as hell. You'll destroy a young girl's life. Whole life. Her whole relationship with men would be messed up because of that violation as a child. You'll destroy that person's life because he won't understand. You see, all men is violators. All men are dangerous. It's just is a abomination of universal. I said it's a universal family. It's punishable by death, unsunken ways. There is no coming back from sleeping with your child. To me, you gotta go. Sleeping with your niece, nephew, you got to go. You gotta go. I don't hear nothing about this African shit about we forgive. Fuck that Jesus shit. To me, you got to get off the country. I mean, get off the planet. You can come back because no such thing as death, but you're leaving here now. You can come back and get yourself together the next life, but you got to go. This life, you got to go. This life, you got to go, bruh. You got to go. This life, you got to go.
You got to. But I want to appreciate everyone who has joined us today. We are coming to the end of the broadcast today. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Keith, for sharing that amazing story. That was one hell of a story.
It is cancerous.
Where you have to cover up for your blood, for your brother, then you find out that the issue is already out, which is really, really crazy.
That was funny. That was fun. My brother, we always laughed. That was funny. He slept with that grown woman. My mama came in. You can't sleep with that woman. I said, huh? I mean, did Eric sleep with that woman? I'm like, huh? What? I don't know. You must be. It must be true. You're
I,
not saying. You're
I
not
could
saying
imagine.
no.
I could
He said
imagine
what?
your face. I could imagine
I was.
your
'Cause
face.
I was eating exactly. I was eating cereal, Joby. I coughed up all the cereal. She knew I was because I coughed up all the cereal. I spit it out like. So she said, "You must be true. It's got to be true." This woman sitting to me. I'm playing cards, telling me my son slept with this woman. I'm like, no, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't be talking about my son. She said, yeah, he slept with that woman. Your baby slept with that woman. I was like,
That was
what?
I mean, if it
Yes.
was, let's say, if the situation was like in between me and maybe a sister of mine, and maybe me and my brother, I bet we could have been beaten like to death, both of us. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you hiding secrets? Why are you doing this? They wouldn't be that part of understanding. I'm a man or I'm a guy. I mean, I needed to do this. It's not her fault. It was me wanting to do this.
That
It is
exactly. That's what he told my mama. It was my fault. I wanted. He said, God damn boy, you nasty. So I was like,
it is what it is. But thank you so much, family, for joining us. Sister
much
Nishani
love.
is
Come
sharing
back
saying
and
good
check out
morning.
Katie's show. Hey Michelle,
Sister
yeah, it's
Nishani is
early,
joining
4:30. This daylight,
4:30.
this daylight saving time is kicking everybody's butt. This daylight saving time is kicking my butt. Job and them on too early now because we lose an hour. I won't be with Joby and Kate too much now because it's too early for me. 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock. You're right. This
I
daylight
appreciate
saving time is rough.
I
So
appreciate
much
you for
love, fam.
joining me for joining this early. Thank you, Unsunken One. Thank you, Dexter. I see you. Thank you, Jerome Mosquito. Big shout out to you.
Dexter.
I appreciate you. I, I appreciate you
Hey
all for
Zoe, hey
joining
Zoe, where
me.
you coming with that name Dexter from? Dexter. Yeah.
I appreciate you for joining me on the today's broadcast, and I hope that you have learned
Make
something.
sure you guys come back and join Kate in about 30 minutes. Come back and join Kate
Much love to you.
and
See
bother
you on
and
the.
bother and bother Kate because Joby said she was knocking her ass out doing that contest.
I did. I did. I did. I did. I did.
I didn't
I did.
I didn't hear Kate sing, so you did probably knock her out. I didn't hear her sing.
Well, we are. I think there is some videos that which will be uploaded maybe later on. Specs may be working on that, but I did. I knocked Kate out. That is what it is. I knocked her out.
Joby's so shy. She's so
Ah,
shy.
no, no, no. I'm not. I'm not.
I knocked Kate out.
My courage is on another level. Much love, peace unto you, family.
says she knocked Kate ass out. Kate, as they say in the movies, Kate, you got knocked the fuck out.
She's not talking because she knows it's true. Did you hear me saying?
Kate, you got knocked the fuck out.
Much love, family.